Welcome back to the Smith family story. This is the 9-part caregiving series where I take you over my shoulder and show you what really happens inside a family when aging starts changing everything. And this is part 4 of 9. If you missed the earlier videos, go back and start there first. So hi, I'm Suzanne Fasella, a retired physician assistant and healthcare advocate who teaches caregivers, family caregivers, how to go from emotional chaos to strong leadership in senior care with more confidence, less exhaustion, and the right resources. I don't fix problems. I teach caregivers how to fix their own problems. So this story continues. I've interviewed everyone separately. I have walked around both houses, Mary and Dan's house, which is lacking space, and also walked through Mr. and Mrs. Smith's house, which is not. And after walking through the house, the air has shifted. You can feel it when it happens. People start choosing their words carefully. They answer shorter, or their answers are shorter. And they look at each other before speaking. They thought I was going to judge their homes. They thought I was going to look and now tell them what they need to do and what they don't need to do. So I changed the subject completely. We get back to the kitchen table. I always like to sit at the kitchen table. That's where real conversations occur. And I ask about their doctors, and I ask them about their appointments and their surgeries and their hospital stays and their specialists. Why? Because these things are factual. They're neutral. They're safe. They can talk about these things, or so it seems. But what I'm really learning is that Mrs. Smith hasn't seen a podiatrist in years, despite the obvious foot issues I'm seeing. And Mr. Smith talks over her when she tries to describe her own medical history. What's that about? She corrects him only once, and he does not like it. So I'm seeing where the scenario is here, and I'm thinking, can Mary and Dan handle this kind of relationship? They're small moments, but they matter. And I ask about upcoming appointments. That's a very safe thing. They aren't sure what appointments they have. I ask if their daughter has access to their medical records. And guess what they tell me? They say no. Their daughter does not know about their medical history. And yet their daughter wants them to move in. Now the temperature in the room drops slightly. I explain why knowing medical history can help Mary, but they resist. I don't push. I know they're not going to open up on this. Not yet. So I don't have to go there. It's not that important right now. This is the part where most families don't realize. Medical facts aren't just information. They are actually the identity of the senior. It's about control. It's about privacy, autonomy. It's that independence that they want to keep. When aging accelerates, access to medical information feels like a loss of independence. It always does. So resistance makes sense. We're holding on to who we are. What doesn't make sense is pretending that resistance will decline or prevent decline. It doesn't. Mary thinks the issue is safety. Dan thinks the issue is space. Mr. Smith thinks the issue is control. And Mrs. Smith thinks the issue is endurance. All different aspects of where they're coming from. No one has named the real issue yet, but the conversation on medicine, medical information, has helped me greatly. And until someone understands the real conversation, everyone will keep reacting to symptoms instead of reality. This is one conversation that has to happen before any move, appointment, or family meeting matters. It's not about assisted living. It's not about moving in with Mary and Dan. It is not about the medical records, although I know so much more from that conversation. Who they trust, and who they don't trust and their independence. And it is not about safety bars and walkers. It's about choice, period. Choice is the most important part of this whole conversation I've had with Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, Mary, and Dan. They each have their own choices. They each have their own goals. They each have their own desires, and they're coming from it from different angles. So in the next video, I'm going to show you the moment where everything changes because I've got to dig down further into a conversation, and it will lift a weight, a horribly hard, heavy weight. None of them knew they were carrying. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care.